I just got my own place and will be moving in 14 days, and I needed a laundry basket, and I found some really cool laundry basket on H&M's home collection and also Sarah's home collection and other brands, their home collection. I'm just not willing right now to get $80 or $90 for a new laundry basket, so I went to the secondhand store and I found this wooden laundry basket for really cheap. I think it was 70 kroner. I don't know how much that is in dollars, but it was 70 kroner, so it's really cheap. It's fully wooden. I actually grew up with parents having this laundry basket, so when I saw it the first time and I got the price for it, even though it's really cheap, I was second guessing it for a little while. Then I went to a different secondhand store and I found the same basket for 250 kroners instead, and it was much prettier. It was in a better condition. The wood was more of a lighter colored, and this one is very like dust, and also the hot one, that one hadn't aged as much, whereas this one has aged, so I definitely need to change that out. But I do love a little DIY project. I haven't really done that much DIY projects for myself, but I definitely do like to watch a DIY project on YouTube, so I thought this could be my little fun project to do. And I am not really sure what I'm gonna do with the decor in my new place of yet, but I definitely have some wooden things. I'm definitely gonna have it like more like Afro-modernist, but I also want to add a lot of color into that space. And I did think about painting this like a very contrasty ruby red or like traffic red or maybe like orange, something yellow, something that's really gonna pop, and it's gonna be in my bedroom, so I thought it could be like a fun little detail to have. But again, if I end up ending with like a colorful bed frame or something like that, maybe it won't really clash very well with that. So because I have a wooden bed frame that's gonna go into my new place, I thought I would just stick with something a little bit more neutral with the color for this laundry basket, and I chose this like very beautiful ivory color. I don't have anything that's ivory, but I might get some like sheets and stuff like that in ivory as well, so it can really like tie together in that way. And also like I'm gonna have curtains, and I don't know yet of what color that's gonna be, so I feel like if this laundry basket ends up being just ivory, it's gonna tie really well with everything else in the room, regardless if I go for a really colorful scheme or like more neutral and earthy colors. It's gonna tie together, so that's what we're gonna do. But first off, I need to clean this, and then I'm gonna spray paint it, and then I'm gonna change out the hardware that I can change for now, because I did want to change the little hardware. I think it's called hardware, the things that's actually inside that makes it capable to like open and close. I couldn't find it in the shop for this size, so I will have to go and look online to find something that's gonna fit there, and so that will have to wait for now. But all those other things like the small screws inside that's gonna hold the fabric bag, so when I need to do my laundry, I can just pull out the bag. The things that holds it up so it doesn't fall down when I put clothes in it, they need to get changed. They're all rusty and not in good shape. So yeah, let's see how this is gonna go. But first off, I need to clean it. So now I'm done with the hardest part, and getting this cleaned was definitely difficult. The surface was easy, but getting into the small holes, every single hole was so hard. But luckily I started thinking like a little bit lazy, so I thought of a way of using like a pen and then the towel and then just stick it in, and it was much easier than having to just stick the towel through all the time, because there's so much dust that laid inside these holes. I think this laundry basket has been staying outside for a really long time. It collected a lot of dust and rain, so it was really stubborn, the dust that was sitting there, and I had to clean it out, because when I spray paint, I don't want the spray paint to start lifting because of the dust. So now it's scrubbed all the way through and it's clean. Now it's the fun part. Instead of going in with the ivory spray paint, I think I'm gonna use this spray paint that's primer gray, just to lay that first color so the other color can sit really pretty on top of the wood. And we're gonna see how that's gonna look like. I'm really curious to see how this is gonna look like. As you guys can see, I barely covered all of it, and on this side there's barely any primer spray on it. I ran out. I didn't think there was gonna be that little left. So, and I don't really like the way that it sprays on. It makes these lines as well. The spray paint that I got, the ivory one, I know that it doesn't make any lines at all. So I'm not gonna have that issues with that, but I don't know if I can just go on top with the other spray on top of this, but I'll have to just let it dry in and then see if the lines are gonna run out and not create like something like uneven look when I use the spray paint. It's gonna be very interesting to see. Not as planned, but I think we're gonna have it look good still. So my patience really likes to work against me in these kind of situations, and you really need to have a lot of patience when you're doing things like this. So while my basket is drying in the primer, I thought I would give this the bottom of the laundry basket. I'll give it a try and try to spray paint it to see how that's gonna turn out. So yeah, cross fingers for me, guys. So I spray painted it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has different variations of white and ivory, and I think it's because I didn't shake it properly. So I'm gonna shake it really good now. Okay, so that is how it's gonna look like with this ivory color. So far, I like it. I'm not quite sure yet if this is gonna be the end color, but so far I like it. So I'm just gonna put it over here for it to dry. As you guys can see, you can kind of see a little bit of how the ivory color will look on this laundry basket. So it's definitely off-white. It's ivory. Why am I trying to give it a new name? It's ivory. So yeah, this is how the ivory is gonna look like with some of it on. See how it looks like with the first layer of the ivory color, and I absolutely hate it. I don't like this color. It's just something about it that it doesn't really make any sense for me to continue using this color. I don't know if I'm gonna continue. I'm just gonna stop. I do have another bottle, but I'm just gonna let this dry in and then I'm gonna think about it, because for now it's definitely not giving what I had imagined at all. And also it doesn't, like, the color it's more yellow some spots than others. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but you can see that it's more yellow at some spots compared to other parts of the laundry basket, and I don't like that either. So it's the day after, and I just had a look at this basket again, and I still do not like this color. So I went and bought a different color for the basket, and I think this is gonna work. I did actually see that color the other day, but I just felt like I wanted to go with a safe choice, and I thought this would be a safe choice. This was definitely not a good choice. I should have gone with my instinct and went with the ruby red. So I'm definitely gonna try to see that. I got 3 cans of the ruby red, and we're gonna see if this time it's gonna work. So this is the ruby red. So I think this is definitely gonna be a more interesting choice, and I feel like this ruby red is gonna tie in really well with the other things that I got. It is colorful, but it still has that darkness to it and isn't as much of a pop of a color. So it's still gonna be very subtle and tie in with other things, and probably gonna be a little bit more versatile compared to if I went with like a traffic red or bright yellow or bright orange. This ruby red definitely is something that's gonna give it depth, like would do in a room, and but still be colorful. So far, I actually like the red color more now. It makes more sense. This is the first layer, so it's gonna be interesting to see how it's gonna look like with the second coat. But this is definitely more interesting and more my style, as you guys can see, compared to the ivory color. It's definitely more interesting and it creates more depth. I would have liked it to be more of a darker red, but let's see how this is gonna look like with this first can. That was literally the first spray paint that I used, and it was able to cover the whole laundry basket on the outside. I do feel like I need to go in with a second layer, but I will definitely have to let it just dry for now. And then I will give it a second coat inside, and then I will do the bottom as well, and then I will do a second coat on the outside and then on the inside again. But for now, I kind of like this much better. So now the outside of the paint has dried in, I'm gonna go and do the first layer on the inside, because then I can really see from the outside what needs to be covered, because I cannot reach all the way in from the outside. I can definitely see that the paint went through the holes, but there's definitely some coverage that needs to get done on the inside, so it really has that nice flow. And then I'm gonna do a second layer on the outside, and then I'm really gonna see how the color is gonna look like with the second coat, so it's fully covered. It's definitely covered now, but there's definitely some holes here and there, and especially on one of the sides where I didn't have enough spray paint. Now it's time for that second layer, and I got one spray paint left. So now I need to be really careful with how I'm gonna use the last one. I definitely need to start with the side that didn't get as much on the outside, and then I'm gonna give it a second coat, but the second time around I will have to be a little more thoughtful of how I apply it, because I'm not applying another spray paint, not in this color. So I'll have to get the most out of this last spray paint. But this one, the ruby red, definitely covers a lot more. So the first ivory one I got, it only covered like 3 sides on the outside and the top bit a little bit, and it was still not really covering fully. Whereas this one, it really covers a lot with one spray paint. So I think I will be able to get the whole thing plus the inside, and then it will be a nice finish to it. So after this last spray paint dried in, I took it inside because I really wanted to see how it would look like in a white room. So now it's time for me to put in the new hardware. And also that I've noticed that there was some mistakes. I couldn't see outside, it created stripes, probably because I hold the can too close when I sprayed it on. And also the soft thingies for it to close softly also started sticking to the laundry basket, which was a huge mistake. But this is my first time, so things like this are gonna happen, and I will definitely remember that for next time. But all in all, I really love this basket, and I really love this ruby red. I really want to just do a lot of ruby red now because this color is really beautiful, and I think I'm gonna be really happy with this. But this is the stick cut, and I hope you guys like this video. Stay tuned for more decor videos as I'm moving in. Bye.